Warlocks hold Juniper, Reece, and Trinity captive, preparing a dark ritual. Noah and Vincent, guided by an exiled warlock, race to rescue them. What is the ritual? Can they save Trinity from a dark transformation? And can they stop the warlock's sinister plan? Elias moved swiftly through the dense underbrush, his steps eerily silent for someone his age. Noah and Vincent followed closely, their senses heightened for any sign of warlock magic. The deeper they ventured into the warlock-controlled lands, the heavier the air became, thick with unseen energy that seemed to claw at their very souls. The trees twisted unnaturally, their bark pulsing with dark runes, whispering in an ancient tongue that sent shivers down their spines. "We're being watched," Vincent murmured, his grip tightening on his dagger. Elias didn't look back. "Of course we are. You've stepped into their domain now, but don't worry. They already know you're coming." Noah gritted his teeth. "Then let's make sure they regret it." They continued in silence until Elias abruptly halted before a towering, gnarled tree. Strange markings covered its bark, pulsating with dark energy. Elias placed a hand against the wood and whispered in a language neither wolf understood. The ground beneath them trembled, and a hidden passageway revealed itself between the roots. The scent of damp earth and decay wafted up from the darkness, making Vincent's stomach churn. "This will take us under the stronghold," Elias said. "But once we enter, there's no turning back." Vincent smirked. "We weren't planning on it." Meanwhile, within the stronghold, Reece's restraints had grown heavier. He felt every ounce of his strength being drained, his wolf barely responding anymore. Juniper was faring no better. Her usually sharp eyes were dulled, her breathing labored. The warlocks had carved symbols into the stone floor around them, runes that flickered with an ominous crimson glow. They weren't just prisoners. They were fuel for something far darker. "We need to fight," Juniper murmured, barely able to keep her head up. Reece gritted his teeth. "We will." A dark laugh echoed through the chamber. "Oh, you're still fighting? That's precious. You won't have to for much longer." Reece met his gaze with a fire that hadn't yet been extinguished. "You should be worried. We'll see." The tunnels beneath the Warlock fortress were suffocating, the air damp with decay. Noah, Vincent, and Elias moved carefully, stepping over bones, human, wolf, and creatures they didn't recognize. The deeper they went, the more the walls seemed to close in, whispers echoing all around them, voices calling their names in seductive, eerie tones. "They've been at this for centuries," Vincent muttered, his hand hovering over his weapon. Elias nodded. "Longer than you realize, and whatever they're doing to your alpha and his packmate, it's worse than death." Noah's hands curled into fists. "Then we stop it." As they neared the exit of the tunnel, Elias suddenly raised a hand. "Wait." A shimmer of dark energy pulsed before them, revealing a ward placed on the entrance. Elias knelt, pressing his palm to the ground. He whispered something under his breath and the ward flickered, then dissolved. But the moment it vanished, a deep, guttural growl echoed from the shadows behind them. "We have to move now," Elias hissed. "They'll know we're here." Inside the stronghold, Reece and Juniper were forced to their knees, shackled by even heavier chains. The warlocks had gathered, their leader standing before them, an ancient, hooded figure with piercing, unnatural eyes. He moved with unnatural grace, his voice a whisper yet powerful enough to shake the air. "Do you feel it?" the warlock elder whispered. "The magic consuming you?" Reece growled, straining against his chains. "You won't win." The elder tilted his head. "Oh, we already have." Dark magic flared, engulfing them both in agonizing pain. The runes carved into the floor expanded, creeping toward them, seeking their very souls. Noah, Vincent, and Elias emerged into the fortress's lower halls, just as a piercing scream echoed through the stone corridors. "Juniper." Noah's eyes darkened. "We split up. Vincent, get to Reece. I'll find Juniper." Vincent nodded, already moving. Elias placed a hand on Noah's shoulder. "Be careful. The warlocks' hold is strongest in their chambers." Noah didn't respond. He was already running. "This is what you were meant for, Alpha," the elder said. "A vessel of raw strength soon to be ours." But then, the door exploded. Vincent lunged inside, slashing at the nearest warlock with lethal precision. "You look like you could use some help." Reece gave a weak chuckle. "Took you long enough?" Vincent moved quickly, breaking Reece's chains just as more warlocks flooded the chamber. The battle had begun. Juniper barely registered the fight around her. The elder warlock's magic still coursed through her veins, burning her from the inside out. The very air seemed to tighten around her lungs, suffocating her slowly. Noah reached her just as she collapsed. "Juniper." Her eyes flickered open and she managed a weak smile. "Took you long enough?" He gathered her in his arms. "We're getting out of here." But the warlocks weren't going to let them go easily. The fortress shook as spells were cast, barriers erected. Reece and Vincent fought their way to Noah and Juniper, their breath ragged. The walls trembled, the structure itself reacting to the power being wielded within it. Elias appeared from the shadows. "We have to leave. Now!" Reece's gaze darkened. "Not without Trinity." Elias hesitated. "She's beyond your reach right now." The words hit like a blow, but they had no choice. As the fortress began to collapse around them, the wolves made their escape, barely making it into the forest before the stronghold crumbled into ruin. But Reece's mind was elsewhere. Trinity was still in there, and he was going to get her back. They escaped the crumbling stronghold, but Trinity remained trapped within its ruins, or worse, taken elsewhere. The warlocks' victory felt chillingly complete. What was their true goal, and where was Trinity now? Could they face the warlocks again? Or would the darkness consume them all?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.